Hello guys, how are you? Our topic for today is about what? Java, Data Struct, and we'll pick of course the stock class for our lesson. So the purpose of the stock is to push the data to the top of the stock. At the same time, this is also to pop the data to stock. So these are the methods that we will be using in the entire lesson. So we have also the pick. This is to access the element of the stock at the top of the stock class, and we have the empty. This is to check if if the data is empty or not. And at the same time, we have here the search. This is the search method. So these are the built-in methods of your stock. Okay, let's start. Well, of course, we need to use the import.java.util. And then we have here of not the scanner, but we'll be using the stock. Okay, this is the class. So we have two types of class. We have the built-in class and we have the customized class. This is part of your Java package. Okay, so let's declare a program. So public class and we will declare data. Okay, this is the main program. And we'll call it inside program here, public static void main. Then we have the string, then we have the arguments. Okay, now we will declare here, of course, the objects for the stocks. So to do that, so this is the declaration. Declare first, of course, the class, and of course we have here the identifier, integer, and then we have here the object, and then create a new constructor for stock, and then use this open less than symbol, and of course we have the open close parenthesis. That is the syntax. Now let us what push the element inside the stocks. So we can use the integer, we can use the string. Since we are using the integer, so we will use the methods of push 10, okay, push 1. Then we have here x.push 5. All right, so we have it here. Now how to display these elements inside the stocks? So we will have to declare our variable right here, int. Well, of course, we have already discussed how to use the loop command in my previous tutorial. So for int, let's say we have the object 1, and then, of course, this is creating a macros type of statement to display the elements of the stocks. All right, so for int, object 1, and then we will, what you call this, integrate these objects. So these are the elements to be extracted inside the object 1. So we have the x. Okay, let us create the loop for that, and then system out print line. Then we have here x. We'll print the value of the x. Let us check if what's happened if we print the value of the x. So this is where we end the program. This is your what end of what static void main, and at the bottom is of course we have the end of the class. All right, so we have it there. Oops, reset. Okay. All right, that's it. So we have there, of course, at the bottom, end of the stock, end of the class rather, end of the class. When we run the program, what will happen is we can see the 3 elements inside the stocks. So we have here 10, 1, 5, 10, 1, 5. Okay, let us debug this first time. I don't know what happened. So we have there for object. Okay, let us print the object, not the source, but the target. This is our target. That's why we have replicated copy for the output. So we can see here that we have 3 elements inside the stocks. So we have 10, 1, 5. Okay, let us check it first and we'll erase the output. So we have the print line and we need to fuse here at the top. Okay, system, let us fix first the output out, the print system out, the print line, and then we have, of course, let us put the space here, and then we will have so that we can have a cleaner output. So there you have it, 10, 1, 5. Now this is, well, of course, this is the first that we push, second and third. So we have 10, 1, and 5. Now if we will pop the element at the top of stock, remember the top of the stock is number what? 5. If we pop that, what will happen? So we'll be using the pop method. We can use x.pop. So that's how you do it. Or we can say int and then pop data. So this is where we pop the data because x is an integer, therefore we will match it to this variable. Now we will print the value of the integer. System out print. Okay, the print line. Okay, after popping. Okay, this is how you pop it. Now when we print that, system out print line, and then we print the value of pop data. Let us check what will happen. So this is the source. Okay, let us review the program. So we have here the stock class. And we declare, of course, the stock data here. And we create a constructor for stock. So therefore, we need to push, of course, the value of 10, 1, 5. And we print the value of the stock. And after that, we, of course, we pop the data at the stock. Now, when we run the program, let's see what will happen. And you can see that we have the following. So 10, 1, 5 after popping, of course, we pop number 5. Okay, let us print again, okay, the entire stocks. So we will print here, okay, system, out, print line, and we have, of course, the value of X. So we have after pushing and after popping. Okay, let us put it right here. So we have here, of course, system, out, print line, and then after pushing the data at the stock. Okay, so there you have it. When we run the program, okay, so we push the data. These data are the following. Let us wait for a compile to come out. So we have 10, 1, 5. And after that, this is first. If we're talking about stocks, but of course, we're talking about last in, first out. So the last part of the data that was pushed in the stocks is 5. So therefore, the data that will be popped is the last data. So last in, that is first out. Now let us check if we can find, of course, what if we will search the element inside the stock. So we'll use the following method. So what is the, no, that's, I'm sorry, we'll use this method. Okay, we'll use the search method. All right. So if you want to search the data in the stocks, it's very simple. Display the variable, interrupt, and then search. Then you have it. Then times search equals to, we'll of course use the object and then search the method. Let's say we will find something inside in the stocks. So we'll use 10 number 10. Okay. Now when you print that, of course you can print that, no? System, out, print line. Okay. Data. So we have the data right here, then plus, then plus, then, but of course we can use now the in. So let us check that. Plus, data plus, and then we'll put there, of course, search. Okay. No. All right, that's it. When we run the program, what will happen is, okay, let us wait for the compiler. There you have it. So we have a minor error. We forgot to infuse the semicolon. Okay, this is very important. So we'll run again the program. Okay, we're waiting for the compiler to check, force the program for the actual output. So we have here, okay, 10, 1, 5. After popping the data, after posting the data, we have here 10, 1, 5. And we have the after popping 5 and 10, 1. And then we search the value of the 5, of 10. So the answer is 2. 2 is the offset. That's the offset. The offset is the address of the data. So therefore, we have 0, 1, and 2. So this is the offset of data. We need to say we found, of course, the value of 10 in this offset. That is number 2. Okay, let us arrange first, of course, the output. So we will put here, this is the search command. So we'll put here, okay, at the top of that, we will put system, to bring the cursor to the next line, system dot, okay, system dot out, at print line, and then fit the double quotations, of course. Now, I want you to go back to my previous tutorial. I think I have discussed these basic procedures about array, list, and arrays. So the prerequisite to learn about the stocks is you need first to understand what is an array. So in the stocks field, of course, you need to push the data at the top of stock, remove the data at the top of the stock. So we're talking about last in, first out. Okay, so we have that is data number 2. See, this is the offset of the value. So this is what part of your stocks methods, searching the data. So why is it 2? Because well, of course, if we check it, okay, let us check what happened in our program. We search the value of 10. Okay, so 10 is part of what? 10 is part of the value. The last in, first out, 0, 1, 2. Okay, let us check it again. Let us search another value. So let's say if I put here, of course, 100, what will happen? We don't have the value for 100. So we will run the program. Let's check what will happen. Okay. So we have here -1. We need to say we don't have the value for that. So this is the first, the interpreter is talking about the last part of the stocks, but we don't have 100. Okay, let us search again. So let us get again, let's say, we will use 1. So we have -1, and we have here, of course, the 1. Okay. When we run the program, we're talking about the offset. And if you're thinking about the offset, that is the address. Let us check. So we have here 1. If that is -1, we need to say there's no such of data inside the stock. So there you have it. And well, of course, you need first to explain the program right here. So we declare, of course, the stock class. This is the stock class. So there's no need really to reinvent the program. All you have to do is to use your knowledge using your knowledge in arrays. And at the same time, well, of course, we create, of course, the object right here. And then in the constructor of the stock, this is the exact syntax for that. And we push the following element inside the stocks as integer 10, 1, 5. Remember, if you're talking about stock, of course, we're talking about LIFO or last in, first out. So this is what happened when we push the data at the top of stock 10, 1, 5. So the top of stock is 5. And after that, we print the value of the stocks using this statement. We have discussed this already in the previous lesson in the digital stock mine. And we have to pop that stock. If you want to pop the stock, well, whatever is pushed at the top of the stocks, that will be popped at the top of the stock. And we again print it after popping the data, and we search the data. Okay, let us check if the data is empty or not. Recall, we can say stem out print line, then data stock, that is stock status. Okay, we will call the stock method. What is that? X dot will of course empty. So what's the purpose of empty? If the stock is full, well, of course that is false. If the stock is empty, that is true. Okay, let us check what will happen. So there you have it. No, I mean, we discussed the following methods for the stocks. These are push, and we have the pop, or we have the search, and we have the empty. So one stock status is false. Why? Because the stock is not empty. Okay, let us erase this first. Now we will what you call this create. We'll sanitize first the output. Okay, at the same time we'll provide another carriage return here. System.out print line. Okay, there you have it. Let us run the program. Okay, after pushing the element, well, we need to display the element of the stocks. And after that, we'll, of course, we search the element inside the stocks using the offset. Of course, that's the offset. And of course, the stock status is false. If it is false, we need to say the stock is still full and it is not empty. If it is empty, well, of course, this will display, well, of course, the true. Okay. Now, if we, again, access the top of the stocks, what will happen? System.out.print line, okay, access the top of the stock. So what will happen if we access the top stocks? Okay, we'll check if what is the value of the stock at the top. So we will use x.pick. So the purpose of this is to move the pointer at the top of the stock. That's how you do it. When we run a program, all right, we can see that, of course, the top of the stock will be displayed. So the top of the stock is 1. Can you get the point? Because we erased, of course, 5, and the remaining stock is 110. All right, that's it. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and share it to your colleagues. At the same time, more